Hello and welcome to Behind the Frame. In today's video, we share 15 photos that tell captivating stories about individuals throughout history. Irina Sendler was a Polish social worker who saved around 2,500 Jewish children during the Holocaust. She smuggled them out of the Warsaw Ghetto using ingenious methods such as hiding infants in toolboxes and ambulances. Working with the underground resistance, she created false identities for the children. She kept their names buried in jars, hoping to reunite them with their families after the war. Despite being arrested, tortured, and sentenced to death by the Nazis, she never betrayed her network and was ultimately saved through a bribe. Remarkably, her heroism went largely unnoticed until the 1990s when Kansas students brought her story to light with their play, Life in a Jar. Her legacy as a humble, fearless rescuer remains a testament to extraordinary courage in the face of overwhelming evil. The iconic 1963 photograph of a 5-year-old Harold Whittles captures his astonishment as he hears for the first time after being fitted with a hearing aid. His wide-eyed expression symbolizes the profound impact of hearing aid technology, marking a transformative moment in his life as sound filled his previously silent world. This powerful image serves as a timeless reminder of human emotion and the life-changing potential of technological advancements. This photograph was most likely taken in late May 1944 and shows a group of Jewish children and adults at Auschwitz-Birkenau. Some appearing anxious, there is a little child at the forefront holding a dandelion and showing it to an older boy. The surrounding individuals are identified by their badges and waiting in a crowded area, all tragically awaiting their fate in gas chambers. The presence of the dandelion in the child's hand symbolizes hope and resilience amid the surrounding despair, as dandelions are often associated with survival and the ability to thrive in difficult conditions. This poignant detail starkly contrasts the grim reality of the situation, highlighting the innocence lost during this dark chapter in history. Dr. 𝗧𝗶𝗵𝗵 was a pioneering Polish heart surgeon who performed the first successful heart transplant in Poland in 1987, a groundbreaking procedure that lasted an astonishing 23 hours. The surgery was conducted at the Medical University of Warsaw on the 5th of December 1987. It involved transplanting a heart into a 59-year-old patient named Tadeusz Zamoyski who had severe heart disease. Despite facing numerous challenges due to limited resources and technology, Dr. Religa's dedication and skill led to the patient's survival, opening the door for future heart transplants in Poland. His achievement made him a national hero and symbolized hope, significantly advancing the field of cardiac surgery in the country. Dr. Religa's legacy continues to inspire future generations of surgeons, and he remains a celebrated figure in Polish medical history. On the 23rd of August 1989, about 2 million people in Lithuania, Estonia and Latvia formed the Baltic Way, a human chain stretching 675.5 kilometers or 420 miles to demand independence from Soviet rule. Coinciding with the 50th anniversary of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, this peaceful demonstration drew international attention to their struggle and inspired similar movements across Eastern Europe, playing a crucial role in the Baltic states' eventual independence in the early 1990s. The O'Halloran sisters became symbols of resistance during the Irish Land War of 1879 to 1882, when they bravely confronted eviction officers attempting to evict their family from their home in County Kerry in 1887. Supported by local community members, their defiance highlighted the struggle of tenant farmers against harsh rent increases and unjust evictions by landlords. This act of resistance garnered significant attention, showcasing the broader fight for tenant rights in Ireland and inspiring others to stand against oppression. George and Willie Muse were African-American brothers born in Virginia in the early 1900s who were kidnapped and exploited by a circus due to their unique appearance. They had albinism, which made them stand out with their pale skin and light hair. For years, they were forced to perform as sideshow acts billed under dehumanizing names like Echo and Iko or the Ambassadors from Mars. The brothers were separated from their family, held captive, and never paid for their work. After years of exploitation, their mother discovered them during a circus show and fought for their release. The Muse brothers eventually gained their freedom and successfully sued the circus, earning compensation for their years of unpaid labour. At the age of 13 in 1864, Robert McGee survived a brutal attack by a band of Brûlé Lakota Sioux warriors led by Chief Little Turtle. While travelling west with a settler convoy, McGee was captured and personally scalped by the chief, leaving him for dead. Despite severe injuries, he miraculously survived and was later rescued by US soldiers. McGee became widely known for his resilience, and photographs of his scarred head became iconic, highlighting the violent conflicts between Native Americans and settlers during America's westward expansion. Mary Ann Bevan was born in London in 1874 and worked as a nurse before her life changed due to acromegaly, a condition caused by excessive growth hormones that led to the enlargement of her facial features, hands and feet. In her 30s, after her husband's death, she struggled financially to support her 4 children. In desperation, she entered and won a contest to be named the ugliest woman in the world. This led to a career in sideshows, including working for Barnum and Bailey Circus, where she was exhibited as a freak show attraction. Despite the exploitation, Bevan endured public ridicule to provide for her family, making her story one of resilience in the face of adversity. Fukushi Masaichi was a Japanese pathologist known for his pioneering research on tattooed human skin, particularly traditional Japanese irezumi tattoos. Over his career, he collected more than 2,000 pieces of tattooed skin from deceased individuals, often those associated with the Yakuza or other groups connected to Japan's tattoo culture. Fukushi's work was driven by both a cultural interest in preserving the intricate tattoo designs and a medical curiosity about the effects of tattoo ink on the skin over time. He developed techniques to remove and preserve the skin, ensuring the longevity of the tattoo art. Known as the Minnesota Woolly Girl, Alice Doherty was born in 1887 with congenital hypertrichosis lanuginosa, a rare condition that caused her face and body to be covered in long, fine hair. Her striking appearance led to a career in sideshows from infancy, where she was exhibited across the US, earning public fascination. Unlike many others in the sideshow world, Alice's condition didn't affect her overall health, and she was reportedly well cared for by her family. She retired from performing in 1915 at age 28 and passed away in 1933 at 46, leaving behind a legacy as one of the few documented American cases of hypertrichosis. Robert Peary, 1856 to 1920, was an American explorer renowned for claiming to be the first person to reach the North Pole in 1909. After joining the US Navy as a civil engineer, he embarked on multiple Arctic expeditions, spending nearly 2 decades mapping Greenland and learning survival techniques from the Inuit people. His 1909 expedition included African-American explorer Matthew Henson and several Inuit guides. Although Peary's claim to have reached the North Pole was initially celebrated, it later faced controversy from other explorers such as Frederick Cook, who also claimed to have reached the pole. Despite ongoing debates about the accuracy of his claim, Peary was honoured as a national hero and contributed significantly to Arctic exploration, though modern analyses have questioned whether he truly reached the geographic North Pole. Known as the double-bodied man, Jean Libera was a French sideshow performer born in 1860 with a conjoined twin known as Jacques, who had legs, arms and a torso attached to Jean's belly. Due to their extraordinary physical condition, Jean and Jacques became prominent attractions in late 19th century circuses and sideshows, captivating audiences with their ability to coordinate and function as a unit. Their unique anatomy sparked discussions about the social acceptance of physical differences and the ethics of exhibiting individuals with medical conditions. Although details about Libera's life are limited, his story highlights societal attitudes towards conjoined twins and the complexities of their portrayal in entertainment. Daughter of Muhammad Ali Shah Qajar, Princess Fatima Khanum was an Iranian royal and prominent advocate for women's rights in the early 20th century Iran. After the fall of her father's dynasty in 1925, she dedicated her efforts to promoting female education and social reform during a period of significant political upheaval. Fatima Khanum played a key role in establishing organizations aimed at improving women's social status and access to education, contributing to the growing movement for women's rights in Iran. Her legacy is recognized as part of the broader history of women's activism in the country, inspiring contemporary movements for gender equality.